following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.
The fountain of youth is a mythical concept that comes from a lifelong desire to stay young, or at least feel young at any age. Like it or not, we all age, and some more gracefully than others. That's why taking care of ourselves slows the aging process. Dr. William Lee is a board-certified in anti-aging medicine and is professionally trained in bioidentical hormones and an expert in nutrition management. His new book, Over 50, Feeling 30, let me say that again, Over 50, Feeling 30, is now available and can guide you to simple solutions that helps you avoid illness. His office, Age Management MD, is a unique medical practice that really emphasizes health over the treatment of illness. As Dr. Lee says, traditional medical practices follow a fix-it when it breaks or diagnose and treat approach. Age Management MD is focused on prevention and wellness. Good to have you here. Nice to see you, Doctor.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
All right, so Over 50, Feeling 30, I can say, what is your book about? Because it's not just that. I mean, there's so much in here. It talks about emotional states, testosterone, less dreaming.
Yes, it's a book that I contend if you follow the principles in the book, you can avoid or at least put off the chronic diseases of aging, which are heart disease, diabetes, cancer, dementia, joint disease. Who wants those?
Nobody wants those.
So there are some things that we can do now to prevent that outcome, and they're simple. And I give doses of vitamins and supplements to take that will help with this condition or that condition. So in a way, it's a self-health book.
Good. And what causes us to age?
Well, a myriad of things. I talk about the 12 things that age us, and things like, I'm going to throw some words at you and the public that you may be familiar with or not, but like inflammation, too much sugar called glycation, the antioxidant thing, free radicals, poor detoxification, poor nutrition, lack of exercise, those kinds of things. And so with each topic, like inflammation, what is it? Why do we have it? Why do we get more of it? And what can we then do to diminish it? And I spell out very specifically the things we can do to diminish it.
I love this book. I hope you know I'm keeping this book.
You're welcome to it.
You say we spend our health creating our wealth, and that is so true.
That's my observation. I've been in practice for almost 35 years, and what I see people doing all the time is spending their health, late nights, not eating correctly, not getting exercise, spending your health to try to create wealth. Then you get a disease and you spend all your wealth trying to recreate health. That's an equation that does not work. So the attempt with the book is to give people the tools that they can utilize in their own lives to negate that equation.
Last time you were on, we talked about women and menopause, but you also have information in here, andropause. Am I saying that correctly for men?
Androgens are male-like hormones, like testosterone. So andropause is male menopause. And it's just now coming to the fore where people are beginning to say, oh yeah, this happens to men also. Men lose testosterone. The typical 50, 55-year-old guy will have half the testosterone level that he had when he was 25 and leaping over tall buildings in a single bound. And so replacing testosterone for gentlemen has enormous positive effects. Men and women simply feel better. That's why I've said over 50, feeling 30. We bring back the vitality, the vigor, that fountain of youth, the get up and go, the clear brain, the muscle tone and muscle fitness, lack of aches and pains. Those kinds of things are what we accomplish by following some pretty simple rules. The medical piece is the hormonal piece, because that's a prescription item.
What is a bioidentical hormone?
Bioidentical hormones are simply a molecule whose atoms are arranged in the exact same way that your body does it. So a bioidentical estrogen is exactly the same as an estrogen that you might make, or testosterone or progesterone. They're matches, they're twins, they're not foreigners. Because they're not foreign, your body recognizes them as a friend, and there's no conflict, your body doesn't get upset with it. So the outcomes with bioidenticals are different than the outcomes with the synthetics.
Okay, and hormones are safe then?
Huge amount of debate, and if there were other physicians here, they would probably debate it. But I really believe, and there are studies that are coming out now showing that the bioidentical hormones are safer, particularly one out of Europe called the EPIC study is showing that bioidentical estrogen plus bioidentical progesterone has no increased risk of breast cancer. Now that's only one study.
Right.
In medicine we like to have 3. But it's too young, it's too early. They're not out yet.
Well, what are the benefits? Why take hormones?
Huge benefits. Think about why do we have hormones? What do hormones do? Hormones are little things like thyroid hormones created in your thyroid gland, goes out through your bloodstream to every cell in your body and has its effect. So every cell on its surface has receptors for all the hormones, insulin, thyroid, estrogen, testosterone, whatever. So when a hormone comes along and it lights on that receptor, it's called docking. When it docks, a message goes inside the cell. Different hormone, different message. So the hormones are communicators. They're telling the cells, they're orchestrating the cells as to what to do, what to make, what does my body need. So if we lose hormones, we have lack of communication. It's like losing your phone. You can't talk to anybody. You can't call for help. You can't tell somebody I'm having trouble with this or that.
Interesting. I've never heard it put that way.
And that is chaos. We call it disease. So we don't want to have low hormones.
This is very interesting. There's so much in this book, Over 50, Feeling 30, how bioidentical hormones bring your body back. Where can we get this book, Doctor?
You can get it in my office, you can get it on the website, you can get it at Amazon, and it's also in ebook format, so for Nooks and Kindles and those things.
So if people follow the principles in your book, what can we expect?
You can expect to feel better, to have more energy, to sleep better, to clear your foggy brain, better heart function. Testosterone treats the heart, which is a muscle. It also dilates coronary vessels. So your body just functions better. It replaces what's missing.
I have to admit, I am a junk food addict. I mean, it is bad. I do eat a lot of sugar.
Like
well, thank you, but I survive on sugar every single day, and sugar is just horrible for you, right?
It really is. The average American today consumes 162 pounds of sugar a year. That's a half a pound a day. And you may not always know it because sugars are also in fruits and vegetables. Now, when they're in a fruit or vegetable, there's fiber and other things, so they're not as difficult for our bodies to handle. But we get too much sugar. Sugar spikes insulin, that creates inflammation, which creates that bad list of diseases I talked about earlier.
It's so interesting, our conversation. Thank you for coming on the show, giving us a sneak peek, and I really want to encourage you to pick up this book. Dr. Lee's goal is to help you stay healthy and youthful for as long as possible. The professional staff at Age Management MD hopes to provide everything you need to achieve this goal. And now you can read for yourself in Over 50, Feeling 30, about how Dr. William Lee is helping his patients truly feel younger. Learn more online at agemanagementmd.com or call Dr. William Lee's staff at 303-730-2229. That's 303-730-2229. Their office is conveniently located at 7780 South Broadway here in Denver. Both men and women are welcome, as are any questions that you may have. The number again, 303-730-2229. Be sure to look for Dr. Lee's new book on Amazon.com, also by Kindle and other e-book sources. Age Management MD paid for this segment.